everyone, this is Harminder Suri from Toronto Drivers, your one-stop shop for all the driving solutions. Friends, in this video I'm going to show you the Guelph G2 route. Guelph is one of the most popular and the busiest drive test centers in GTA. A lot of people take their tests in Guelph. I personally took all my drive tests in Guelph. And it's a very easy drive test center. I know the internet says that they have a high fail rate, but yet a lot of people go there to do their tests. So let's take a look at the G2 route for Guelph. Alright friends, so this is the Guelph Drive Test Center. As you can see, 255 Willow Road West. Now what you see here is the front of the Drive Test Center. Now you would park in the front of the Drive Test Center only if you're doing your G1 test, your written test, or you have some other work at the Drive Test Center. If you're doing your drive test, then you need to park at the back of the Drive Test Center. Now let me show you where it is. So this is where you need to park. You see the cars parked here. This is where you would need to park. So the way to get there is to go around the building. So you go around the building and park at the back of the drive test center if you're doing your G2 test. So there's two ways to get there. One is through here. I usually take this road and then I straight away go here this way. Or if you're coming through McDonald's, there's McDonald's here. So you make the second left turn and you straight away go to the back. You park there and then you can, after you park there, you can come through here. You don't have to go around the building. There's a path here. It's like a tunnel that you come through and you get into the drive test center to register yourself. Now, okay, let me show you. Okay, now you see how the cars are parked facing outwards. So this is how you would like to park your car. Because if you park your car facing that way towards the field, then you would have to start by reversing. And if you're not very good at reversing, you will not make a very good impression on the examiner. So I always used to park facing outwards so that it's easier for my students to come out when they start the road test. So when you start the road test, you would be asked to go this way. For the G2 test, they mostly bring students this way, and you go out this way to the parking lot. Make sure you keep about a speed of 20 or 30, but not 40 when you're in the parking lot. So that's the speed you want to keep. Now, then after that, you make a left turn here. So let me show you the 3D view. Okay, so this guy is trying to make a left turn here. Now this can get a little tricky because here it's only one lane. So when you make the left turn, you want to watch out for cars coming from both the sides. And when you make the left turn, you want to stay on the right hand side. Because as you can see, this is turning into a left turn lane. So you are on Silver Creek, so you go that way. Okay, so okay, that way. Okay, now here, when you're here, you would be required to make a right turn on Silver Creek. Now, one of my students failed here because they did not stop fully for the red light. So when it's a red light, you want to make a full stop and count to 3 before you make the right turn. So you make a full stop here, and then you're allowed to creep up. After you made the full stop, you can creep up a bit to look for traffic coming from the left and make the turn when it's safe. So when there's construction going on, you want to be more careful, because then the cars coming from the left have only one lane, and this is the lane you would be merging into. So you make a right turn here. Now you don't want to miss the speed sign here. There's a speed sign here, I guess. It says 60. If you can read it, let me go a little bit closer to show you the speed sign. Now this is what the speed sign says, 60. The speed limit here is 60, but these days there's construction going on, so when at the time when you're doing your test and you see construction there, you want to be very careful. You don't want to drive at 60, drive at the speed of the traffic. If the traffic's moving at 40 or 30, drive at the speed of the traffic. Now, when I say drive at the speed of the traffic, I mean to say drive at the speed of the traffic up to the speed limit. Now, if the traffic is moving at 70 in any situation, not during construction, but in any situation, if the traffic is moving at 70 and the speed limit is 60, you don't want to go over 60. You want to stay at 60, and you want to stay in the rightmost lane. So this is 60, so you want to be careful here. So you keep going straight on this road, and you will hit another set of lights here. So these lights, okay, so after the lights you go straight. Oh my god, there's a lot of construction here. Okay, so we keep going straight. It's okay, it looks like it's a little bit, they made it a little bit challenging due to construction now. It's turned into a two-way road, what used to be a one-way road. But yes, so you go straight on this road. Now you see here, okay, let me give you a closer look. Now these lines, the yellow lines, they make a lane, and this is a broken line here on this side and on that side too. So which means you can enter this yellow lane if you want to make a left turn. So if someone wants to make a left turn here, they will get into this lane to make the left turn. Now these lines are made so that the flow of the traffic doesn't get interrupted when someone wants to make a left turn. So they give you a separate left turn lane. Now when you creep, now there's a left turn you would be asked to make. Now from here you could be asked to enter these lines to make a left turn here. You see a car coming up here. Okay, so here there's a car trying to make a right turn, and you would require to make a left turn. So let me go a little bit closer. Okay, now I'll tell you what. Well, I did all my driving tests in Guelph, and I failed my first test. I'll show you where I failed, but here I got a feedback from my examiner. I was doing the G test, and I was honestly, I was very nervous at that time. It was my first test. I've never taken any driving test. I'll be very honest, in India there's nothing called a drive test. So even if there is, these days there is, but it's not as serious as this. So it was my first driving test, and I became nervous here. The car was too far, and I still did not make the left turn, and the examiner got mad at me. He said, why didn't you make that left turn when you could have easily made the left turn? So I waited too long for the cars to pass by. So you don't want to do that. If you're making a left turn, you don't want to take too long, or you don't want to wait until the road is completely clear to make the left turn. So as soon as you see that there is a gap and you can easily make the left turn, go ahead and make the left turn. So here, you want to stay here where the line ends, or you can creep up a little bit to be able to make the left turn, and then you make the left turn here. So let's go here. Now the speed limit on this road, this is called the Royal Road, this road is 50 because you don't see any speed sign here. No speed sign is posted. When there's no speed sign posted, you assume a speed of 50. Now what do you see here? You see a cross mark here. What that means is you're approaching a railway crossing. So there's a railway crossing coming up here, which you want to scan properly. You see this, the cross sign here? Now there's a railway crossing here, so you want to scan before you you are here before you hit this intersection. So you want to scan, they want you to scan, look left and right uh, when you're crossing this railway crossing. So keep in mind, you don't have to slow down. You don't have to come to the speed of 40 when you're trying to cross the railway crossing. You can still drive at 50, depending on how fast you're able to drive on this road. Sometimes this road is not so good. At the time I was doing the test, it was very patchy, and I honestly could not drive at 50. But if you're able to drive, if the road is smooth, and try to drive at 50 and scan the intersection. So this is one railway crossing here. There's another one coming up on this road. So you want to be careful. So keep going straight, keep going straight, straight, straight. This is all 50. There's no speed sign posted here. Now, okay, you will see that. Okay, you see the X sign here, so that means you're approaching the railway crossing. There's another one coming up. Okay, here it is. So you want to scan the intersection again when you go through it. Okay, so you're approaching lights here. Now this is a T intersection, and what's good about this intersection is that there's no oncoming traffic. So you don't have to worry about cars coming from here when you make the left turn. So at these lights, you'll be required to make a left turn. And so you make the left turn when the light turns green. After you make the left turn, like I always say in all the tests, you have to switch to the right lane because they don't want you to impede the traffic even though you're driving at the speed limit. See, mostly people drive faster than the speed limit in this lane, so you don't want to impede them. So they expect you to switch to the right lane. Now they're not going to tell you to switch to the right lane. You're going to have to do that automatically. So you keep going straight on this road, so you're in the right lane. The speed limit here is 60. I don't know if you saw the sign, but the speed sign said 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, so you keep going straight on this, and you keep going straight, and you will hit another set of lights. Now here you want to get into the right lane because you would be making a right turn here. Okay, now, okay, this is a little tricky part here. They could bring you on the highway, right? This is a highway, but it's not 100 speed limit here. The speed limit on this is 70, right? So you keep driving straight in this lane, and you want to get up to 70, 60 before you merge with the oncoming traffic. So you keep going straight here. Keep going straight. You merge with this traffic here. They could ask you to switch lanes, and keep going. And at these lights coming up, you will be required to make a left turn. Okay, I went too far forward. So, okay, so this is where you make the left turn from. So you're here, you made the left turn here. And what's the name of the street? Let me check. It's called the Willow Road. Willow Road. So you make a left on Willow Road, and you keep going straight on this one. Now, Willow Road is a little tricky. I'll tell you why. So the speed limit here is 50. And after these lights, you see the Esso gas station. There's Petro-Canada, and Petro-Canada gas station. And see, when you go past the Petro-Canada gas station, there's a slope here. Okay, if you're in the right lane, you'd be expected to switch to the left lane because here there's a lane ending sign. Okay, now here you keep going straight. Now here there's a slope coming up, so you're approaching a slope here. You see the slope here? Now this is a little tricky, and it's, you know what? I missed something here. I wanted to show you something important. Let me go back. Okay, now here. This is what I wanted to show you. You see this sign? The speed sign here says 40 when flashing. When the lights are flashing here, you want to drive at 40. So if you're doing the test during the school hours, then it will be flashing when the school ends. Kids are coming out from the school, the speed limit will be 40. So whenever it's flashing, you want to drive at 40, otherwise you can drive at 50. Now there's a slope here that you want to be mindful of. Now your speed can easily go over 50 when you're on the slope, but you want to press the brake slightly to maintain that speed. So you keep driving at 50, you keep going straight here, keep going straight on Willow Road, go past these lights. There's another set of lights coming up where you'll be required to make a left turn, and it is these lights here. So Willow Road. Now the landmark here is there's a pizza store, and you would also see the sign here, pizza. So Willow Road. Let me see what intersection. It says Dawson Road. So Dawson Road is where you need to make a left turn on. And so you would creep up, make a left turn onto this road, Dawson Road. And here there's again no speed sign. Let me see if there's any speed sign posted now. Earlier there wasn't any. So you can still drive at 50 here. So you keep driving straight on Dawson Road. Now you have to keep driving straight for quite some time. Still driving straight, speed limit is 50. Now this road runs parallel to the other road that had railway tracks. Okay, you see the sign here? This means there's railway tracks coming up. So you can also see the X sign here. So yeah, this is the same road that runs parallel to the other road. So these are the railway tracks here. Now you need to scan the intersection here and keep going straight, keep at the same speed limit of 50. So there will be another railway track coming up. Okay, here. So you see the cross sign here. Okay, these are the railway tracks. So you want to scan here too. And again, you would hit a T intersection. You see the lights coming up. And at the lights on Dawson, you see you're still on Dawson Road. Now here, you would need to make a left turn. I think I went too far forward. Let me go back. Now here, you would need to make a left turn. So here, when you make the left turn, you would see two lanes, and you want to enter the first lane nearest to you, closer to you, and then you want to switch to the right lane because you would soon have to turn right. You're almost back to the drive test center. Now this is okay, so here you would get into your lane, which is the right turn lane, and then you would make a right turn here on Arrow Road. So back here, this is the turn that leads to McDonald's, and you would make the left turn here. So this is where you make the left turn and you go back to the drive test center. Now it won't let me show you the street view, but this is where you go back to the drive test center from. And then again, they would ask you to park on the left side here. You can just straight away drive in, right? Well, if you haven't done parallel parking, then they could ask you to do reverse parking. Otherwise, they would just ask you to park here and then they will announce the result. So that is that about the Guelph Drive Test Center. It is an easy peasy drive test center. Has a high pass rate, even though the internet doesn't say that. But there's a lot of people have taken to Guelph and they have passed with flying colors. So Guelph is one of the easiest drive test centers. If you live closer to Guelph, then you can feel free to take your test at this drive test center. And however, keep in mind that this drive test center is very busy because it's easy to pass there. It's very popular amongst people, and that's why it gets booked really fast. So if you're thinking of doing your test, you should book your test immediately. All right, friends, I hope you liked this video, and if you did like this video, then please make sure you hit the thumbs up and share it with someone who needs help with passing the road test. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please make sure you subscribe to the channel because I am going to bring a lot of videos to help you pass the drive test. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video.